stage. I mean, there's so many ways to utilize that counter. I think it's something to absolutely look out for if you're Justin right now. And as I said, the 10-1 odds, I bet you anything PS2
Right.
page we're starting
Right.
on.
I owe you a Red Bull.
You owe me 10 Red Bull.
Alright, so here we are on PS2. Yeah, already we're kind of starting to see what we were talking about. JW just sort of trying to stay as close as possible to Justin. You know, using those platforms to kind of adjust his approach options, but really just going right in.
But I told you, once JW puts you in the I'm telling you, once JW puts you in the disadvantaged position, he's not going to give it up. He's not going to give it up without a fight. I mean, 71%, and he kept Justin at the ledge for such a long time throughout that entire string right there. No drag down on the up air. He's going to go for the up air strings, but continuing to put up that pressure in his advantage state.
When JW puts you in the blender, you know, you just kind of have to hold that and try to avoid it for your life, but he's not going to make it easy for you.
He's going to put you on a right, that down tilt. He's going to try to confirm into that forward air, good air dodge from Justin to avoid losing his stock right there. And that's a classic Greninja kill confirm, of course. Usually a 50-50 kill confirm, but just something Justin to avoid it.
Yeah, really liking the use of the water shurikens. Like you were mentioning before, you know, just trying to neutralize a couple of those Samus projectiles. Make it a little bit easier to approach without letting Samus put too much pressure on you.
You said it right now. We're looking for that first stock right now. I think that's going to be a huge key to how the set is going to go. And in fact, this particular game, whoever gets the first stock, I feel like is going to be in an amazing position because it means Justin will be able to start camping out JW. But if JW gets that first stock, it's going to force Justin to approach him and hopefully give JW an opportunity to rack up even more % on a second stock. And just like that, as we said, if JW is going to close out the first stock, it's going to be interesting to see how Justin is able to retaliate right now.
With JW at 160%, you know, if I'm Justin, I'm not too worried. You really just need one solid hit before, oh my goodness. Yeah, JW being really aggressive off the stage here, just keeping that pressure on, saying, Justin, if you don't kill me raw, like, I'm not going to make this easy for you. I'm just going to get as much % as I can.
And it's going to work to JW's strategy right now because, as I said, whoever gets that first stock is going to have to conform to the opponent's playstyle. And right now, Justin finding himself in a position where he has to approach JW, but of course, that's exactly the position where JW wants it. That up out of shield good bait from JW. Unfortunate, no hard punish, but you know what? I love the I love it. 173%, you know you don't have to commit to anything too hard. Keep your stock as long as possible.
And you're seeing a bit of a tone shift from JW here. You know, he's becoming a lot more patient with such a high %. He's not really trying to force things too much, but that back air from Samus is going to take the stock.
Inevitable to lose the stock in that situation, but 95% on that second stock, and JW's already fishing for another kill, and that's what I mean. Look at that, already lapping in % and in stock, and now he's put in an amazing position to keep up the pressure right now.
Yeah, you know, JW can kind of just do what he wants right now in this position. He doesn't really have to worry about anything. A full stock ahead. Really just put on the pressure whenever it makes sense to him.
Well, now Justin is put in a terrible position right now. He has to find not only another stop for JW, but also get that % lead back without getting hit too much because Greninja does deceptively have a lot of kill power if you're not careful.
Like we saw on that last stock, you know, that forward air can catch you off guard, and if you're not DIing properly or, you know, you're just a little bit too far off the stage, that's going to take your stock really early.
All right, Justin's going to find himself with a back throw, get a little safe position, as you mentioned. Charge shot, no, going to try to see. I like the attempt right there, seeing if JW might hang onto the ledge a little bit long right there, but JW with an inopportune F smash right there, and Justin is going to punish that with an F smash of his own, tie things back up, and suddenly this game is looking a lot more even.
Percent is not a whole lot, especially, you know, if Justin can really kind of get his spacing down and really kind of force JW to get frustrated to start coming toward him, he can really bring this back really quickly.
Well, the question is now, how does Greninja find a kill confirm right here? Because just has to play to his own game now. It's a last stock situation, and we just saw right there that down tilt did not confirm into that up smash. So Justin is able to just continue slowly putting on %, and of course Samus going to have a much easier time finding a stock than Greninja right now.
Yeah, and like we're kind of seeing, you know, it kind of looks like JW is getting a little bit desperate kind of for these kill confirms. Really fishing and not really. I feel like that was a mistaken up smash, but.
Oh, there's a counter right there. That's what I was telling you about. JW will not be afraid to throw out that counter if he finds a situation where he might need a stock right there. That counter, oh, good block on the charge shot, but JW at the ledge right now has, parrying the forward air as well. And this is a really even game right now, D. Despite what the stock lead looked like earlier for JW, he has to find a way to close. Yep, I was gonna say he has to find a way to close out that stock, and that up smash is gonna do just that. So good stuff from JW, managing to close things out in a close game number 1.
Yeah, and you know what? That final stock came down to kind of an anti-air hard read. Like that wasn't really JW kind of fishing for those kill confirms. He really, Justin really did a good job of avoiding everything that it was getting thrown at him. So gave JW a lot of trouble there.
Very fortunate for JW as well, because I think losing a couple kill confirms right there. We saw in particular that down tilt let Justin hit that platform, and he in fact misteched it. So I feel like if JW maybe went for an up smash in that position, he might have been able to steal that stock a little bit earlier, but very fortunate that Justin wasn't able to find a hard punish off of that right immediately.
And one thing I noticed from Justin, using that Samus single jab, I found that really interesting. There were a lot of situations where he just kind of threw that out just as like a little bit of a check, just kind of catch JW off guard, and he would throw it into a grab or throw it into another move. But just that single jab to just kind of stop you in your place and make you think about what you're gonna do next. I really like that uses.
You talk about Samus a lot. You talk about the jab. Like, jab 1 does not confirm into jab 2. Very unfortunate situation. But the fact that Samus players still utilize that jab 1, because it's such an incredible mix-up, because they jab 1, they can pivot grab, they jab 1, and then they down tilt. Like, I think the fact that just being hit by that jab 1 without like a significant amount of impact, if at all, it gives the opponent that chances like, I have to consider what they're going to do. But of course, that slight hesitation is exactly what you need sometimes to be able to continue your pressure and put yourself in an advantage situation.
And here we are. Game number 2 is going to be on Yoshi's story. So I'm assuming Battlefield was banned. I haven't really seen Samus's go to Yoshi's story very much, so I don't know, how exactly they like this stage, but it is a tri-flat, and that's what Samus is like. So we'll see what Justin can do here in this game 2.
Of course, you gotta. Oh, okay. I was gonna say you gotta be careful of your Justin right now, because you don't have the advantage of having the big blast zones such as Battlefield. Yoshi's story definitely the smallest stage in the entire stage list, and of course the smallest blast zones as well because of that. So JW is gonna try to take full advantage of that, and Samus's weight is not going to factor too much in this stage. I think JW is going to be able to find kills at earlier percents, but of course the reverse is true for Justin being able to find kills much earlier as well, taking that first stock. And now, reverse of game number 1.
Was that conversion? That was sick. I would love to see that on a replay, because I am not entirely sure what he did there, but I loved it.
Whatever it was able to take the stock, and now JW is put in a position where he has to put a little bit more aggression. Now Justin can hopefully breathe a little bit, maybe play a bit of a slower neutral, because now you're in a position where you can start camping out JW, platform camp if you need to.
Yeah, exactly. You're absolutely right. Just having those extra platform is really gonna give just a little bit of extra boost there. See, he can up B safely onto that stage, kind of like we were talking about in the Terry set. It works the same way.
And this is what I was talking about. Justin taking a little bit of slower neutral, utilizing that up platform to use that up B safely, and just continues to put it on percent on JW. You don't have to worry about losing your stock right now, because you're much heavier than Greninja. Even though the stage blast zones don't favor you too much because of the weight, you're able to find stocks a lot earlier. And JW, unfortunately, has to re-grab the ledge. Justin positioning himself perfectly for that up tilt punish, taking stock number 2 as well.
And I really love how Justin's using that not fully charged shot to kind of make some conversions. It's not the first time we've seen him do that. And that down air, wow, that's not going to go Greninja, but still sending a message.
All right, it's going to be interesting to see. JW, oh my goodness, I was going to say JW has to find a way to close out that stock, and there's the substitute right there. But unfortunate earlier that you saw that up smash could not connect on a platform. That's a classic Greninja problem that everyone has to face at one point in their life. If you're a Greninja main, those platforms completely mess up with your up smash hitbox.
Absolutely.
All right, JW put in a dangerous position right now. It's going to be interesting to see if he can make the comeback. Oh, I did see that he did use his jump at the 2-frame.
Wow, just throwing out that up tilt. And that's going to take that stock. So Justin tying things up here, 1-1.
Maybe the slide actually had something to do with that up tilt right there. I mean, we know stages like Lilat and Yoshi's story, those slants mess up with the snap recovery of some characters, maybe factoring into the reason why that up tilt was able to 2-frame. But you know what? If you're Justin, you got to take that, tying things back up 1-1 in this crucial best-of-5 set right now.
And that's exactly what you need. You don't want JW up 2 games on you, and you have to win 3 in a row to get back to him. So, Justin doing a great job keeping things even, keeping himself in this set. And now we're going to see what JW has for his counter pick. I'm really curious to see what we have here from JW.
Now, JW, I know, is a player who really... JW is, in my mind, such a respectable player because he loves to take... He's a player who loves to take opponents back to the stage that they won on because he wants to prove not only to himself, but to his opponent and everyone watching that he's capable of beating his opponent on his own turf. But of course, it doesn't hurt when you have a counterpick stage such as Town and City, another stage that I know JW loves to take his opponents to, a stage that Samus also really likes, but of course, JW favors this matchup a lot more.
Oh, nice tech there from Justin, keeping himself a little safe.
I like the low recovery from JW there, realizing that he had to recover, or he had to re-snap the ledge for the second time, and realized in the second game that he did lose his stock from the ledge regrab. So just delayed his recovery a little bit, and things are looking right back to even and neutral right now.
Yeah, no drag down on that one. Does combo into the back air though. Another back air there. Not gonna get the full one though. Justin in trouble here off stage. Oh, I like
air dodging again. Another good tech right there, but Justin throwing out the missile right after the tech. Maybe a little bit of a buffer right there, but whatever the case is, you gotta be happy if you're JW. Once again, you find yourself in a lead, able to take things a little bit slower right now. Continue to put up the pressure, and oh my goodness, Justin, you're in such a dangerous position right now. You got to get away from the ledge of the stage.
JW really just putting the pressure here on the ledge, but Justin managing to escape that time. But still, he is at a significant disadvantage here. JW a full stock ahead right now.
This is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about, D. If you give JW an opportunity to get a lead, or even put you in a disadvantaged position, he's going to continue putting up pressure right now. I mean, like, it looks like Justin does not have the answers right now. JW even lapping him in percent, and that substitute, I told you, is going to come in clutch. If you can find a kill off of that substitute, it's going to confirm into that up air.
What? JW crazy.
I told we said it in the pregame, D. You got to watch out for that substitute. You cannot be careless against JW because he can just pull out that substitute at any point in the bracket or any point in the set, just completely mess up your entire game plan.
No kidding. Wow, that's I'm speechless. I've never seen that conversion before, but that is amazing from JW there. Just showing Justin like, hey, you know what, you took this last game, but I am in control right now.
Control he is right now, and that half charge up. Oh, okay, I was gonna say that half charge up, but leading into another half charge up. But even then, GW, you have 2 stocks to work with. Justin sitting at 115%. You can already start fishing for a kill confirm if you're JW. Take things slow, figure out exactly how you want to take this last stock, and don't give Justin an opportunity to make a comeback like we saw in game number 1.
Well, you're right there, and JW really kind of, well, I wouldn't say playing safe, but definitely not extending himself too hard now. Doesn't want to let Justin get too much confidence back in him because, yeah, you still got a stock, you still got a chance. So, you know, you may be one hit away from death, but you still got to close it out for JW here.
Oh, no jump from Justin. I was gonna say JW might want to put himself in a position where he wants to edge guard him. Rapid jab at the ledge. Unfortunately, Greninja not the strongest rapid jab in the world, but 177%. Slowly get to a percent range where I feel like Greninja will be able to kill off the top with an up throw, even against someone as heavy as Samus.
Yeah, JW going a little bit too far with that off-stage play, and he is in trouble. Just narrowly.
No. It was a respectable attempt. I mean, you saw how quickly Justin was able to take that second stock, confirming that bomb into a dare right there, and of course going for that up B so high into the top blast one right there. Maybe with that amount of rage, possibly could have taken the stock right there.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what I mean. Like you respect the. Yeah, you respect the the aggressiveness from Justin there. Just didn't quite work out. But
I mean, we're about to see exactly we're about to exactly see what happened with the Red Bull replay right here. Let's take a good look at what just happened right there. So of course JW taking a very good lead right now, managed to take a second stock off of Justin in incredible fashion right there, confirming that weak hit of Nair near that up smash. And again, I was telling you that substitute is going to come in clutch. We talked about it in that pre-game D, and it came in clutch right there, taking Justin off the top right there.
Wow, yeah, kind of like you were talking about, just the directions that you can pull that substitute, really makes all the difference. I mean, I've seen JW send people at all kinds of awkward angles, but that's the first time I've seen that specific conversion from him. So great job to JW there.
Okay, well, JW currently up 2-1 against Justin. We're going to have to see if Justin can make the adaptations, bring things back to a game number 5 against JW. But JW does have the counter pick advantage if a game 5 scenario does happen. Of course, JW going to do everything in his power to ensure that does not happen as we head into game number 4.
Going back to PS2 here.
I like the stage pick right here because Justin did feel... It looked like Justin was able to play extremely comfortable in that game number 1. He was able to bring things back to an even game despite the deficit he faced throughout that entire set. And of course, right now, it's all about making the adaptations. How are you going to beat JW now that he's figured out your game plan to a certain degree?
Already, Justin off to a small lead, but you know, not too much that one Greninja combo can pick up. Because that jab won again, sort of forcing JW to check himself a little bit before he starts moving again.
Again, you think it's not a good... You think that it wasn't a good option, but just the fact that you get hit by it, and then you have to consider what options that your opponent is able to do. It's just that split second of having to think gives your opponent that split second decision making where they are able to make a move and punish you accordingly.
Yeah, honestly, it kind of reminds me of boxing a little bit. You just throw out that quick little jab, just check them, make them rethink their whole game plan. And that situation working out for Justin there. Got Greninja off stage. See what the edge guard is.
Well, I love the half charge shot right there. Force JW to get out of his shield right there. You do not want to take that amount of shield pressure because that charge shot does so much shield damage, but JW finding himself in a reverse situation, now able to edge guard Justin. Ooh, I like the attempt going for the shuriken right there, but of course, everything is reset back to neutral, but Justin catching it with that dash tag, and now JW down one stock.
92% on Justin here. You know, not a whole lot. You're not in a bad position here if you're Justin. Yeah, that up smash gonna miss, unfortunately. Greninja's kind of not super consistent on that platform.
And there it is again, that showing off that counter, making Justin have to rethink his strategy right there. He knows that, forcing him to not approach too aggressively right there because JW is basically saying, you know what, if you make one raw move and I hit this button, you're gonna lose your stock, buddy.
And honestly, I really like Justin's response. No. I see you.
Well, whatever the case is right there, good edge guard from JW getting that back air and resetting things back. Only taking 20% on his second stock too, so I think he's in a really good position to make a comeback right now.
Yeah, honestly, you know, keeping things really close. We'll see if Justin can keep things going. But JW putting on the pressure right now off stage, the double back air, not going to take the stock, but he's going for a third.
Oh, he actually did take Justin's jump right there. I don't know if JW realized it himself, but Justin, very fortunate he was able to recover back to the stage right there. So, slight gift from the end of JW, not going for the hard edge guard, but of course, at the same time, you're in a position where you don't have to make those kinds of plays. Just play to your neutral right now, play it smart, try to close out a second stock however you can, and then put up the pressure when you have that lead.
Yeah, but Justin doing a great job responding to JW's pressure, you know, using that up B out of shield to kind of get out of that situation. A little slow on the punish there with that up smash, but still has JW in an awkward position here.
I think the hardest thing for any player against a Samus is when they set up those bombs and they set up those ledge traps. Oh my goodness! I was gonna say you're forced to put you're forced in a dangerous position right there. But JW almost calling him out with the up smash. Very lucky for Justin to avoid that good air dodge right there. And now we're again back to neutral. Things have been looking a little bit slower as the sets progress.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. And you know, you see JW kind of put out that counter there. He was hoping to get the bomb to hit him. Didn't quite work out. But JW showing some tricks on his sleeve, just like that F smash is going to take that stock. So Justin on his last stock here, potentially of his first record life.
Empty hot to full effect right there. JW landing right behind Justin, thinking that he was in a safe position, but of course spacing things perfectly so that F smash was able to connect and take a stock. And now JW has to find a way to close out this game. We saw Justin was able to make a comeback on game number 1 in this stage despite having a huge deficit. So we're going to see if Justin can do the exact same thing. That pivot grab into the up throw. No, not going to take that stock. Not enough range. Oh, it actually did take this. It actually did take the stock. For a second there, I thought it didn't, but just for Justin, able to close out the stock and hopefully force it into a game number 5.
Let's see. It's, you know, it's honestly looking like it's very much possible if JW doesn't pull things together and close it out. Justin's sort of starting to figure things out. Oh, the drag down didn't quite work out.
Such an interesting interaction.
Justin capitalizing on it.
It was such an interesting interaction right there because Justin actually missed the tech. We said in the pregame that if you miss techs against JW, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. Of course, JW didn't punish the with the jab block appropriately, and Justin actually almost managed to get a down air, but of course JW is gonna retaliate right there, say no, I'm not gonna allow you to get into a game 5 scenario and close things up with that up smash kill confirm.
Hey, yeah. So JW, he's gonna take that. He's gonna take that stock. He's gonna take that set 3-1. He's gonna move on into top 8 here. And let's see who he is set to face. Looks like he's gonna face the winner of Supergirl Kells and Mr. L being up 2-0 right now. So looks like he might be facing a Luigi in his next match.
Okay, okay. Well, meanwhile, in the other, of course, we got the other people in the winners bracket.